So how is this going to be useful for us? Okay, well, as I pointed out, we're using FK for the arms, right? So let's turn all this stuff back on. And I'm not going to use the animator survival guide for this quite yet, but I'm just going to come up with just kind of a mock first contact pose. So say we had something like this. And let's also make sure that when we're doing this, we come back and we turn, click that twice to get restricted mode, so we're not accidentally selecting our object. Okay, so say we have, something. Let's pull this down a bit. We'll go over this and really use the animator survival kit to get us some actually really nice poses. But for just kind of quick demonstration, we're just going to take a quick mock look at how something like this might be useful. Okay. So say that's something like our first contact pose. Well, frame one. If we want to set a key for all those, we can just click curves and then click S's and SAM. I know we're going to end up at frame 33 again, and that's going to be this finished stride, so we can click S again and we have all that in. Well, frame 17, when we look at the survival kit, shows that we have an inverted version of this stride. So if we just duplicate that object, we get that right there, and if we come over here and we do a scale -1 for X, well, we have an inverted stride. And so what we can do is if we come over here and we, with that duplicated version selected, click this button or go to layers and then create layer from selected, we'll get another layer. And if we just click this box 1, we'll get this cage mesh that we can no longer select, and it's just going to provide us a guide where we can really quickly use just to guide our poses. And so let's kind of get all that back in there. And so there's a few ways that this really could be done. I mean, you could get very precise and copy keyframes and all that sort of stuff. We're just going to kind of use a visual method for now, because I think it'll be pretty intuitive this way, and it'll just give us kind of like a nice workflow on how we might just approach it. So there we go. Yeah. So we can just move that. Set that to 0. Go back to that one. And so now, by using those, we've got our inverted pose set pretty quickly and pretty easily. And then again, we could just now come back and click our curves button, and then just click S's and SAM, and now we have our secondary contact. So we have our first contact. Let's go ahead and turn this layer off, and we've got our secondary contact. So you can see that switches really nicely. And so there's a few inverted poses that we're going to need to make, and so this just gives us a really nice way to go about that.